Greetings! Mantary79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to edit deck menu. And here we are in the edit deck menu. Now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Brandt Gates, Blitz CEO Welstra, D-BT10. And alright, let's begin. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building in today's deck profile video is a Brandt Gates, Blitz CEO Welstra deck, made up of cards only available up until D-BT10. And okie dokie, let's begin. First, to the filter settings and to pack. Show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT2, A Brush of the Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Strive for Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and then D-BT6, Blazing Dragon Reborn, D-BT7, Raging Flame against Emerald Storm, D-BT8, Minerva Rising, D-BT9, Dragon Tree Invasion, and D-BT10, Dragon Masquerade. Apply filter, pack filter applied. Let's begin. First up, the deck's Grade 3 lineup. And now for the deck's Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s in this deck, we are playing Right Deck, Grade 3, Blitz CEO Welstra. Skills, first skill, auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose a product from your order zone and operate it. Activate its operate ability. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard. When you operate a product, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Blitz CEO Welstra, it's the main Grade 3 to ride in this deck. Skills, first skill, when attacking a Vanguard, you can then operate any product card in your order zone to make use of its operate ability, thus giving you a better advantage in your upcoming game strategy. Second skill, when the conditions for the second skill are met, you can give plus 5,000 power to your Vanguard. And the best part about this second skill, it's stackable. If you have the chance to operate product cards multiple times in the same turn, you can continue stacking power to your Vanguard, making your Vanguard Welstra a powerful attacker to help you do either pressure or finish off your opponent. And alright, the Grade 3 Blitz CEO Welstra, we have 4 in the deck, 1 in the right deck, 3 in the main deck. Next up, the Grade 3 Set Order Product, Mobile Fortress of Obliteration, Freischütz Maximum. Skills, first skill, continuous, you cannot play this card. Second skill, auto, operate, auto from the order zone. When this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Choose one of your opponent's vanguards, and it gets minus 5,000 power until end of turn. And cost, counterblast 1 and return a rear guard to hand. If the cost been paid, call this card as a 23,000 power 1 critical normal unit to an open rearguard circle. If you called a card, put that unit onto the order zone at the end of the turn. So for Freischütz Maximum, it's one of the main product cards to play in your Welstra deck. If it's skilled, a second skill, when operated, not only do you get to retire your opponent's rear guards to clear out their field, but you can also weaken your opponent's Vanguard, making it easier for your upcoming attacks to make it through, and by paying an additional cost, you can then Superior Call Freischütz Maximum to serve as an additional attacker, giving you another powerful attack to either to pressure or finish off your opponent with. And affirmative, the Grade 3 Mobile Fortress of Obliteration, Freischütz Maximum. We have 3 in the deck. And of that, we just about covered the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the deck's Grade 2 lineup. And now for the deck's Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s in this deck, we are playing the right deck, Grade 2, Blitz Technology Researcher Uber. Skills, first skill, action as a Vanguard, once per turn. Cost, Soul Blast 1. If the cost been paid, choose a product from your order zone and operate it. Activate its operate ability. Second skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, cost, put put a product from your order zone into drop. If the skill's cost been paid, search your deck or hand for up to 1 Grade 2 product card, put it into your order zone. If you searched your deck, shuffle your deck. If you put a card from hand, draw a card. So for Uber, it's the main Grade 2 to ride this deck. Its skill is the first skill. By paying the cost, you can operate any product card in your order zone to make use of its operability for your upcoming game strategy. Second skill, when written on top of, by paying the cost, you can search your deck or hand to then deploy a Grade 2 product card into your order zone to make use of for your upcoming game strategy. And alright, the Grade 2 Blitz Technology Researcher Uber. We have 1 in the right deck. Next, the Grade 2 Set Order Product Heavy Strike Cannon Fortress Freischütz. Skills, first skill, order. After a set order is played, put it into your order zone. Second skill, auto, operate, auto from the order zone. When this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it. If you did not retire a card, choose one of your opponent's vanguards and it gets minus 5,000 power until end of turn. Third skill, auto from the order zone. When your Grade 3 or greater vanguard is placed by riding from a Grade 3 cost, put this card into drop. If the cost is paid, search your deck or hand for up to 1 Mobile Fortress of Obliteration Freischütz Maximum. Put into your order zone. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. If you put a card from hand, draw a card. So for Freischütz, it's one of the main product cards to play in your Welstra deck. With its skill, the second skill, when operated, you can choose to either retire an opponent's rear guard, or if the conditions are met, you can instead weaken your opponent's vanguard by 5,000 power, giving you the choice of either to clear out your opponent's field to give you a better advantage, or to weaken your opponent's vanguard to make your upcoming attacks more easier to land their attacks with. And the third skill, while in the order zone, when you ride from Grade 3 to Grade 3, by paying this card's cost, you can then search your deck or hand to secure a Freischütz Maximum to place in your order zone, giving you a product card to help make use of in your later game strategy. And okie dokie, the Grade 2 Heavy Strike Cannon Fortress Freischütz. We have 2 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 2 Operate Master Freiheit. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, if your order zone has a set order, cost, counterblast 1 and discard a card from hand. If the cost is paid, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as your vanguard, or up to 1 product card, reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. If you have a vanguard of Welstra in its card name, choose up to 1 product card from your hand and put it into your order zone. Second skill, auto, as a rear guard. When this unit attacks a vanguard, if you have a vanguard of Welstra in its card name, cost, Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, choose a product from your order zone and operate it. So for Freiheit, a support card for the Welstra deck, with its skills, the first skill, when called onto the rear guard while the conditions of the skill are met and you pay the cost, you can then search your deck to secure for another copy for Vanguard or a product card to make use of in your later game strategy. And then, if the secondary condition of the first skill is met, you can also deploy any product card from your hand to your order zone, giving you a product card to make use of in your later game strategy. And the second skill, when attacking a Vanguard while the condition of the skill is met and paying the cost, you can operate any product card in your order zone, making use of its operability for your upcoming battle strategy. And affirmative, the Grade 2 Operate Master Freiheit. We have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 2 Set Order Product Assault Flight Carrier Lubazol. Skills, first skill, order. After a set order is played, put it into your order zone. Second skill, auto. When this card is put into the order zone, if you have a Vanguard with Blitz in its card name, draw a card and soul charge 1. Third skill, auto. Operate auto from the order zone. When this card is operated, if it is your main phase, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 unit card from among them with grade less than or equals your Vanguard and call to rear guard and shuffle your deck. If it is your battle phase, draw a card. So for Lubazol, it's another one of the main product cards to play in your Welstra deck. With its skill, the second skill, when deployed onto the order zone while the condition of the second skill is met, you can draw more cards to restock your hand and to build up your soul for later soul blasts. And the third skill, when operated, you can choose one of two effects depending on what phase you operated on. If you operate Lubazol on the main phase, you can check the top cards to your deck to Superior call a rear guard to serve as a potential front row attacker, back row booster, or a rear guard whose skill you wish to take advantage of later in the game. If you choose to operate it during the battle phase, you can draw more cards to restock your hand with. And confirm the Grade 2 Assault Flight Carrier Lubazol. We have 3 in the deck. And of that, we covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the deck's Grade 1 lineup. And now for the deck's Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s in this deck, we are playing Ride Deck Grade 1, Blitz Programmer Strazer. Skill Auto. When this unit is rode upon, search your deck or hand for up to 1 Grade 1 product card. Put into your order zone. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. If you put a card from your hand, draw a card. So for Strazer, it's the main Grade 1 to ride this deck. Its skill, when written on top of, you can search your deck or hand for up to 1 Grade 1 product card and deploy to the order zone, thereby securing yourself a product card to make use of in your later game strategy. And alright, the Grade 1 Blitz Programmer Strazer. We have 1 in the deck, Ride Deck. And next up, the Grade 1 Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. Skill Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone has a set order, cost, put this unit into your soul. And if the cost been paid, countercharge 1. So for Bubble Mine, it's a powerful card to make use of in your Brandt Gate Nation decks if its skill. After boosting an attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as the conditions of the skill are met and you pay the cost, not only do you get to build up your soul for later soul blast, but you can also refund your counter blast for later skills. And okie dokie, the Grade 1 Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. We have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 1 Planet Wall Dragon Sentinel Perfect Guard. Skills. First skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in a deck. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and they cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Planet Wall Dragon, it's a perfect guard for the Brandt Gate Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block an enemy attack. But it also features an ability unique to all these standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Planet Wall Dragon a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. And affirmative, the Great 1 Planet Wall Dragon. We have 3 in the deck. Next up, the Great 1 Blitz Order Elementaria Sanctitude. Skills. First skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in the deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Play this at a cost of, discard a card from your hand if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units and they cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When played, discarding 1 card from hand, you can block an enemy attack. But ideally, Elementaria Sanctitude works best against opponents who play decks that specialize in having a Vanguard with triple drive. For example, a grade 4, a G unit, or a Vanguard whose drive check was increased by skill or card effect. Against such opponents, your Elementaria Sanctitude then can serve as a potential no-cost perfect guard. And alright, the Great 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. We have 1 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 1 Blitz Mechanic Iskra. Skill, action is a rear guard. If you did not operate a product this turn, cost, counter blast 1 and rest this unit. If the cost is paid, choose a product from your order zone and operate it. Activate its operate ability. So for Iskra, a support card for the Welstra deck with a skill. When the conditions of the skill are met and paying the cost, you can operate any product from your order zone to make use of its operate ability for your upcoming battle strategy. And okay, the Great 1 Blitz Mechanic Iskra. We have 2 in the deck. Next up, the Great 1 Set Order Product, Mobile Kennel and Garten. Skills, first skill, Order. After a set order is played, put it into your order zone. Second skill, Auto. When this card is put from hand or order zone into drop during your turn, put this card into order zone or soul. Third skill, Auto. Operate Auto from the order zone. When this card is operated, call this card as a 10,000 power, 1 critical, normal unit with boost to an open rearguard circle. Put that unit into the order zone at the end of the turn. So for Garten, it's one of the main product cards to play in your Welstra deck. With its skill, the second skill, during your turn, if discarded from hand or retired from your order zone, you have the choice to either to return it to the order zone to continue making use of it, or to put it into your soul to build up your soul for later soul blasts. Third skill, when operated, you can then turn your Garten into a potential 10,000 point attacker for your front row, or a 10,000 point booster for your back row. And affirmative, the Great 1 Mobile Kennel and Garten. We have 2 in the deck. And then the Great 1 Blitz Staff Muna. Skills, first skill, continuous as a rear guard. If your order zone has 3 or more cards, this unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, and it gets plus 5,000 power. Includes opponent's cards and activate on opponent's turn 2. Second skill, Auto is a rear guard once per turn. When any player's unit is placed on rear guard from your order zone during doing any player's main phase, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, draw a card. So for Muna, a pretty good card to play in your Brandt Gate Nation decks with its skills, the first skill. As long as the conditions of the first skill are met, your Muna cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, and she gets plus 5,000 power, thereby making it a sort of like a resist ability, protecting her in your rear guard, and turning your Muna into a potential 13,000 point attacker for your front row, or a 13,000 point booster for your back row. And the second skill, when the conditions of the second skill are met and you pay the cost, you can draw more cards to restock your hand with. And confirm, the Blitzstaff Muna Great 1, we have 3 in the deck. And of that, we covered the deck's Great 1 lineup. Next, let's get on to the deck's Grade 0 lineup. And now, for the deck's Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0s in this deck, we are playing Ride Deck Grade 0, Blitz Mechanic Wharton. Skill, Auto. When this unit is rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Wharton, it's the starting unit of this deck. Like any other starting unit in the D standard format, it features the same skill and activation. When written on top of, if you're the second to go in the game, draw 1 card. And alright, the Grade 0 Blitz Mechanic Wharton starting unit, we have 1 in the Ride deck. And with that, we've finished covering the deck's Grade 0 lineup. Next, let's get on to the deck's Trigger lineup. And now for the Trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck, we are playing the Grade 0 Star Dragon D-BT10 Infinitude Elder Breath Over Trigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Double the power and critical of all of your front row units until end of turn. Increase to double its power and critical when activated. So for Elder Breath, it's the overtrigger for the Brandt Gate Nation. Like any other overtrigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you'll get 100 million power and get to draw 1 card. But it also features an ability unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can then double the power and critical of all front row units, your Vanguard and rear guard included, for the rest of that turn, thus giving yourself more power and critical to pressure or at least finish off your opponent with the increased power and critical this trigger provides. And alright, the Grade 0 Star Dragon D-BT10 Infinitude Elder Breath, we have 1 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0 Patrol Robo Decker Cop Critical Trigger. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, to get boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Decker Cop, a powerful critical trigger to play in your Brandt Gate Nation decks with its skill. After boosting an attack, as long as you don't mind moving Decker Cop from your rear guard into your soul, not only do you get to build up your soul for later soul blast, but you can also give the remaining attackers in the field, Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. And okay, the Grade 0 Patrol Robo Decker Cop Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0 Aurora Battle Princess Loris Yellow Critical Trigger. We have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0 Amelorite Connector Draw Trigger. Continuous as a Guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Amelorite, a powerful draw trigger to play in your Brandt Gate Nation decks with its skill, when used to guard with, while the conditions of its skill are met, you can then turn your Amelorite Connector into a potential 10,000 point shield on its own. And affirmative, the Grade 0 Amelorite Connector Draw Trigger, we have 3 in the deck. And then, the Grade 0 One Who Pierces Transient Causality Heal Trigger. Skill Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard's grade is less than your opponent's Vanguard grade, this unit gets plus 10,000 shield until end of battle. So for Causality, a powerful heal trigger to play in your Brandt Gate Nation decks with its skill, when used to guard with, while the conditions of its skill are met, Causality then can serve as a potential 20,000 point shield on its own. Ideally, Causality is a counter heal, best played against when your opponent's Vanguard is a higher grade than yours. For example, if they play a deck that specializes in having a higher grade, like a grade 4 or G unit, or if you go second in the game, in such circumstances, Causality can then serve as a powerful defender. And confirm, the Grade 0 One Who Pierces Transient Causality Heal Trigger, we have 2 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0 Aurora Battle Princess True Green Heal Trigger. We have 2 in the deck. And of that, the trigger lineup has been displayed, and now... And with that, the deck's been built, card effects explained. For the cards in this deck, we are playing 4 Grade 3 Blitz CEO Welstra. 3 Grade 3 Mobile Fortress of Obliteration Freischütz Maximum. 1 Grade 2 Blitz Technology Researcher Uber. 2 Grade 2 Heavy Strike Cannon Fortress Freischütz. 4 Grade 2 Operate Master Freiheit. 3 Grade 2 Assault Flight Carrier Lubazal. 4 Grade 1 Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. 3 Grade 1 Planetwell Dragon. 1 Grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. 2 Grade 1 Blitz Mechanic Iskra. 1 Grade 1 Blitz Programmer Strazer. And then 2 Grade 1 Mobile Kennel Ingarten. And 3 Grade 1 Blitz Staff Muna. Then 1 Grade 0 Blitz Mechanic Wharton starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck, we are playing 1 Over Trigger Elder Breath. 8 Critical Triggers. 3 Draw Triggers. And 4 Heal Triggers. And with that, the deck has been built, card effects explained. Now it's time to test out the deck, so let's leave the edit deck menu. And here we are, the main menu. Going to test out the deck, so going to the fight menu, selecting CPU fight, selecting the deck I just built, the Brandt Gates, Blitz CEO Welstra, D-Booster 10 deck. All looking good, and selecting the deck, choosing my opponent. Alright, for this fight, I'm gonna test it out on Shinobu Kajita. Nope, I'm gonna test it out on, how about this one? Toyabata Normal Difficulty. Click, and the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight, deciding who goes first, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Scissors to rock, I lose, going second. Drawing our starting hands, I got a critical, 2 ball mines, a Ungarten, and Freiheit. Not a bad draw. Holding on to 1 Ungarten, Bubble Mine, and Freiheit. Redrawing the critical, and 1 Bubble Mine. Redraw! Both of them, huh? Alright. Stand up the Vanguard. I let my opponent go first. He rides, fort, and end of turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Drew a Muna, not bad. I ride from the right deck, Blitz Programmer Strazer. I discard Eingarten from hand and ride Strazer. Skill of Wharton, draw 1 card. And draw Bubble Mine. Skill of Eingarten. I choose to put it in my soul. There we go. And calling to the rear guard, Muna. Call. That should be enough. On to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard, 8k. The attack goes through. Drive check. No trigger, perfect guard. Not a bad draw, I guess. So 1 damage. Boom. Damage check. No trigger, safe. Order card, 1 less card to worry about. Muna attacks the Vanguard, 8k. The attack goes through, and boom! Damage check. No trigger, safe. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent rides Rooks, and then Rooks' fourth skill, revealing 2 grade 3s. Superior call the top card of the deck. Yes, draw trigger. Trigger out of the deck. Lucky me. Battle phase, Vanguard to Vanguard, 14k. Gonna take it, no guard. Here comes drive check. Heal trigger, heals 1 damage, so lucky. Power up the Vanguard, 1 damage to me. Ow, damage check. Critical, I wasted a critical trigger, so unlucky. Fine, I just give all the effects to my Vanguard, wasting the effect, so... End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Heal trigger. I ride from the right deck. Blitz Technology Researcher Uber. Right deck cost, discarding Eingarten from hand. Discard and ride. Skill of Eingarten. Deploying it to the order zone. There we go. And Strazer skill. I have no more Great One products left in deck, so the skill's wasted, I guess. Shuffle deck, I guess, so... Moving Muna to the back row and activating my Vanguard skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast Eingarten, operate Eingarten in order zone, and here we go, Superior Call. Over here, there we go, call. Next, Muna skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and draw 1 card. Draw, yes, Freiheit. And I think that's enough for my main phase, the battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard, 10k. The attack goes through. Drive check. Yes, a draw trigger, lucky me. Draw, I drew a Lumazal. Power to the Vanguard. Power to the rear guard Eingarten. The attack goes through, bang bang bang. Damage check. No trigger, grade 3, safe. 1 less card to worry about. Boosted by Muna. Eingarten attacks the Vanguard, 28k. The attack goes through, and bang bang bang. Damage checked. Yes, front trigger, trigger wasted. And the effect wasted. That's it for my turn. Eingarten goes back to the order zone, and that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides the grade 3 Apex Ruler Bastion. And now he calls Alden's skill, Counterblast 2, Superior Call from hand, Fasado, Power Up, and Rear Guard to Vanguard, Skill of Alden plus Power, alright. Let's see. His Fasado can countercharge and soul charge, I should block that, so let the first attack... Yep, gonna let the first attack go through, no guard. Ow! Damage check. Yeah, critical trigger, lucky. All effects to the Vanguard. They'll be easier to block now. Next, Vanguard to Vanguard, 19k, 1 trigger to pass. No guard, gonna take the risk. Drive check first. Grade 3, he can restand Alden. Second check. And grade 3. So no triggers, the attack fails. Ka-chink. Now he activates his Vanguard Bastion skill, restanding Alden, adding power. Alden attacks the Vanguard, plus power again if it's skill, that's 35,000. 20k to block, so I guess I'll... Is 2 counter blasts enough? Yeah, I guess it's enough, so I guess I'll first Guard with causality. Guard. Skill of causality. Plus 10,000 shield. Total 40k. Just barely covers the guard and block. Ka-chink. Safe. End of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Another Fry Heights. I ride from the right deck. Blitz CEO Welstra. I have 3 copies of Fry Heights in hand. I only need 2, so discarding the 3rd copy and ride Welstra. Skill of Uber. Counterblast 1 and no, sorry, retiring my Eingarten, and from my deck I play the order card Freischütz. Place there, and Eingarten skill. I'm going to place it in the soul. And then I play the order, hold on, I play Fry Heights from hand. I'm gonna Superior Call. Nope, I'm sorry, just gonna call. Counterblast 1. Fry Heights' skill, discard a card, discarding Bubble Mine from hand, and search my deck for a Freischütz Maximum. There we go. Then deploying Freischütz Maximum from hand to order zone. Then I'm going to call another Fry Heights. Yep, calling Fry Heights. Skill, let's see, use skill of Fry Heights. Nope, not using the skill this time. I'm just gonna call Bubble Mine to the rear guard. Call and play Lubazol from hand. Deploy. Lubazol skill. Soul Charge and draw. Soul Charge Welstra, drew a perfect guard. Not a bad trade-off, so that's it for main phase. On to battle phase. Boosted by Bubble Mine. Fry Heights attacks their Vanguard. 18k. And here we go. I Soul Blast 2. Soul Blast. Operate a product in the order zone. I operate Freischütz Maximum. Here we go. Freischütz Maximum skill. I'm going to retire Alden in the front row. Weaken the Vanguard's power by 5,000. Not activating Counterblast. Skill of Welstra plus 5,000 power. Total 18k to my opponent's 8k. He guards with a critical, 23k. He blocks it. The attack fails, but now I activate Bubble Mine skill. Into Soul and Countercharge 1. Looking good, and now here comes Fry Heights. No, hold on. My Vanguard Welstra attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Welstra, operate. I operate from the order zone. I operate Freischütz Maximum. And then, Freischütz Maximum skill, I retire the back row Prorabi and weaken the Vanguard's power. Counterblast 1, returning Fry Heights in the left to the hand. Superior Call from the order zone, Freischütz Maximum. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. Looking good, and the attack goes through. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger. Freischütz, second check. Iskra, no triggers, but I guess it's fine. 1 damage. Boom. Damage check. Draw trigger. Power to Vanguard. Alright, this is gonna be rough, so first boosted by Muna, Fry Heights attacks the rear guard Fasado. I'm not gonna activate skill. Cannot activate skill, only works on Vanguard, so final attack. Maximum attacks to Vanguard, 23k. He guards a critical, 28, attack blocked. So I guess that's it for my turn, so I'm gonna just end it here. Returning Maximum to the order zone, and here we go, end of my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. He's going to Persona Ride, Apex Ruler Bastion. There he goes, and power up. He's going to play the order card, Pride to Protect. Deploy the order zone. He can now boost to grade 3s. He calls Fasado. Alright, he doesn't have any more additional grade 3s, so gonna take this first attack, no guard. First check, no trigger. Second check, no trigger, grade 3s, so 1 damage. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check. Heal trigger. Tough choice. Give it all to the Vanguard, I guess. Cannot heal, but now here comes Fasado from the rear guard. I guard with... a Melarite connector guard. 33k, attack blocked. Ka-chink, safe. That's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. I Persona Ride Blitz CEO Welstra. Here we go. Persona Ride. Blitz CEO Welstra. Draw a card. Max Freischütz skill. Self-retreat and search my deck or hand for Freischütz maximum. I set Freischütz maximum from my deck to the order zone. Next, I'm going to call Freischütz from my hand to the rear guard. Call. Not gonna use its skill. Calling. Yep, I'm gonna deploy Freischütz from hand to the order zone and call my Iskra to the rear guard. That should be enough. On to battle phase. First, boosted by Iskra, my Freischütz attacks the Vanguard. 28k. Skill of Freischütz, Soul Blast 2, 1 and 2, Soul Blast. Operate a product card. I operate Freischütz maximum. Maximum skill, cannot retire, but weaken the Vanguard power by 5,000. Not activating Counter Blast yet. And then Welstra's skill plus 5,000 power to himself. And the attack goes through. Boom! 1 damage. Damage check. Oh, come on! Over trigger, so lucky! Fine, Vanguard to Vanguard, 28k, over trigger to pass. Skill, operate. I operate. Lubazal, draw an extra card. Come on. Draw. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. Over trigger to pass. The attack goes through. Twin drive. First check. No trigger. Lubazal. And second check. No trigger. Muna. The attack fails. To get an over trigger at this timing. Come on. Fine. Boosted by Muna. Freischütz attacks the rear guard Fasado. And the attack goes through. Boom! 1 less rear guard to worry about. That's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. He calls Alden, skill of Alden, Counter Blast, Superior Call from hand. A grade 3 Blagger. Alright, rear guard to Vanguard, and that's 20,000 power. No guard, gonna take it. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Bubble Mine. This is gonna get rough for me, so here it comes. Vanguard to Vanguard. Perfect guard with Planet Wall Dragon. Perfect guard cost. I'm discarding 1 Muna from hand. Perfect guard. Twin drive, first check. Grade 3. He can restand a grade 3. Second check. No trigger, just grade 3. He can restand though. The attack is blocked. Ka-chink. Skill of Bastion, restanding the rear guard Alden. Powering up. And rear guard to Vanguard. Blagger, that's 15k, so I guard with... Yep, guarding with Bubble Mine, should I? Yep, guarding with Bubble Mine, guard. 18k, just enough. Blocked. Ka-chink, safe. Now Alden attacks the Vanguard. Skill plus 5,000 power. That's 35,000 power to my Vanguard, so gonna let it go through. No guard. Ow! Damage check. Critical trigger. Wasted a critical. Power to Vanguard, and that's the end here. So end of my opponent's turn. Now it's my turn. I stand and draw. Another Freischütz, so skipping the right phase to main phase. I call Freischütz to the rear guard. Yep. Calling it here. Freischütz's skill Counter Blast 1. Discard Freischütz Maximum from hand. Search my deck. For Lubizol. Deploying Lubizol from hand to the Order Zone. Skill, draw and Soul Charge. And deploying another Lubizol. There we go, draw and Soul Charge. And now, Counter Blast from Iskra, Counter Blast, and Self Rest. I operate a product in the Order Zone. I'm operating Freischütz Maximum. Maximum skill, I retire Blagger and weaken the Vanguard by 5,000 power. Then, not gonna activate a Counter Blast yet. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. And then I call Miuna to the rear guard. Call. That should be enough. Now, on to battle phase. Boosted by Miuna on the right. My Freiheit attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Freiheit. Counter Blast 1. No, Soul Blast 2. Sorry about that. Soul Blasting 2 and operate a product card. I operate Freischütz Maximum. Maximum skill, retiring Alden and weaken the Vanguard by 5,000 power. 23k to 3k. And not gonna activate Counter Blast yet. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. The attack goes through and boom! Damage deck. Oh, come on, a draw trigger, so lucky. Fine, then boosted by Miuna, my Freiheit attacks the Vanguard, 23k. Skill of Freiheit, Soul Blast 2, 1 and 2, Soul Blast, and operating Freischütz Maximum, nothing to retire but weakening the Vanguard by 5,000 power. And then activate Freischütz Maximum's Counter Blast, sending the right side Freiheits back and Superior Call Freischütz Maximum. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. 23 to get 8k, he guards my front trigger. 28k, attack blocked. Alright, now, Welstra attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Welstra, operate. I operate a product in the Order Zone. I operate Freischütz Maximum. Nothing to retire but weakening Vanguard by 5,000 power. And now, here comes Counter Blast from Freischütz Maximum, returning Freiheits to hand. Superior Call, Freischütz Maximum. Here we go, double Maximum. Welstra skill plus 5,000 power. 33k to 3k. Perfect Guard, Perfect Guard cost, he's discarding a grade 3. Twin Drive, first check. Critical trigger, just what I needed. Critical trigger, power, and critical to the right side maximum. And the second check, come on. Yes, critical trigger, double critical. All effects to the right side maximum, the left side maximum, sorry. Critical to each of the two maximums in my field. The attack fails, but now I still have a chance to end this. Right side maximum attacks the Vanguard, 33k, 2 criticals. He double guards, just enough. The attack fails, but now left side maximum attacks the Vanguard, 33k, 2 criticals. Oh, come on, another perfect guard, so lucky. He discards another grade 3, and my turn fails again. Fine, so that's the end of my turn. Maximums return to the Order Zone. Back to the Order Zone. I have plenty of cards to guard with and 2 perfect guards. I have a chance to last the next turn. He calls Fasado. Here comes Bastion. Not gonna risk it. Perfect guard with Planet Wall. Planet Wall skill. Discarding a... Here we go. Discarding critical. Perfect guard activated. Twin Drive, first check. Bastion, grade 3. No trigger, second check. No trigger, oh, then safe. So, the attack is blocked. Ka-chink. One final attack from Fasado, 15k. I guard with critical trigger, Decker Cop, guard. and block. Ta-chink. That's it for my opponent's turn, and the turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Heal trigger, come on. Fine. Skipping ride phase to main phase. I call 2 copies of Fry Heights to the rear guard. Call and call. That's it for my main phase. Going to battle phase. Welstra attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Welstra. Operate a product in the order zone. I operate Fry Shots Maximum. Cannot retire anything but weaken the Vanguard by 5,000 power. Plus power to my Vanguard 5,000. 18k to 8k. Double guard, that's 38k, 2 to pass. Twin drive, first check. Yeah, draw trigger. I give all effects to the right side Fry Heights. I drew my over trigger, so unlucky. Second check. Yeah, double draw trigger. Draw card, perfect guard. Give power to the left side Fry Heights. 3 cards left in the hand. I have a chance to finish it here and now. Alright, gotta end it. Attack fails now. Right side Nuna, boost to right side Fry Heights. 33k to 8k. Oh, come on, another perfect guard. Seriously? He perfect guards. Alden, now boosted by Muna on the left. Fry Heights on the left attacks the Vanguard. 33k. Come on, go through. The attack goes through, and boom! Damage check. Oh, come on, a heal trigger? How could he be so lucky? He survives again. End of turn, my opponent's turn. He Persona rides. Bastion, so lucky. He goes to main phase, battle phase the Vanguard. I guard with over trigger, guard, 63k. He already has his over trigger out, so it's no pass. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, grade 3, and second check. No trigger, grade 3. The attack is blocked, and ta-chink, safe. Now, attacking from Fasado, 25k. I guard with the heal trigger. Trio green, guard, 28k. Attack blocked, and ka-chink, safe. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Alright, end of my main right phase to main phase, and I got 2 cards left. I can't use my Vanguard. Fine, going to the battle phase. Boosted by Muna on the right. Fry Heights on the right attacks the Vanguard. 23k. Come on, go through. He guards with a perfect guard. Oh, come on. Another one? He discards. And, so lucky. Fine, I still have 1 more attack to go. Boosted by Muna on the left. Fry Heights on the left attacks the Vanguard. 23k. Come on, go through. The attack goes through, and boom! Damage check. Front trigger, trigger wasted. Finally. 6 damage, I win. That was an unnecessarily long fight. Despite some really lucky triggers from my opponent's side, I managed to eke out a win. I got to try out the new cards in the deck pretty well, so I got win, double critical, double trigger, attacked 5 or more times in 1 turn, guarded for 60,000 more shield, perfect guarded, opponent healed at 6 damage, opponent drew an over trigger, did a Persona ride, 12 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 more opposing units, and drew 3 or more times in 1 turn. I got 3850 VP, total 25,425 VP, pressing A to go next, leaving fight, returning to fight menu. Back to the fight menu, leaving fight menu, going to the main menu, and back in the main menu to edit deck menu. With that, the deck has been built, card effects explained, and I just finished testing the deck out in front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you'll show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye and see you all.